Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames, and we use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So let's get right to the action. The market just closed a couple minutes ago, so SPY still above the 20 MA on the daily. It's it's trying to hold this above this red candle. It's having a little bit of problems. Nothing wrong again above the MAs. It's like the same old story, guys. Above the MAs, same old story, inside bar, blah, blah, blah. But we came back into the 227.12 area, and that just couldn't hold. Again, nothing wrong. Intraday action was really, really interesting, though, today. You know, we came in, hit the 200 MA. Let's go back a little further. Let's see if there's anything there. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see a little lower. Did it get to the, look at that, 2001, unbelievable. So, you know, all your scalpers are looking for a little, maybe a 10-cent pierce, which would bring us down to the 225.91 and never made it. Right, you know, look at that, right back up in the gap fill here. And I bet, let's just do a quick one here. I want to see what it had, actually, I know what's going on. All right, so you have gap fill here and the 5.0 retrace, and then you're waiting for pretty much right in this area around the 50-cent area, you know, go halfway, you know, because markets like quarters, 25, 50, 75, blah, blah, blah. You put a couple other reasons in here, it's a pretty good trade for that. So we're not going to give out everything, guys. So, you know, that was a good one. But even the IWM was going. You know, there's a couple good trades out there today, guys. But all right, let's see here. So the SPY, let's go back to the daily. Daily, you know, we're rubbing up against that 227.12. We are holding up above the MAs again, so nothing wrong with these charts. We had a little up and down action today. What did it close? 2 cents on the day, so a flat day. So what are you going to say about that? You go into the weekly chart, same thing, good bullish pattern. It is holding strong. Let's see if we can consolidate to possibly make higher prices. We'll know more on that. It's a weekly chart, so on Friday. IWM, another, you know, pretty good day, up $1.29. Intraday action was a little bit crazy, like the SPY, straight up, came back in real nice, and then straight up at the end. But overall, on the daily chart, let's go to that. You know, just chopping and slopping. We did close right below the 20 MA. So we're still a little bit weak. Nothing, you know, still a good pattern, bullish, still above the 50 and the 200. Nothing to worry about. But if you're long, just keep the stops tight. So you don't want to wake up and just get, you know, totally smoked one day because this thing's just freaking cratering. Because remember, guys, it's always a staircase up and then a little chop and then the elevator down. You know, kind of like this, maybe even steeper. Maybe we get 1, 2, 3 big days. But that's what you got to watch out for in these markets right now, guys. Weekly chart, nothing wrong. A little bit down, a little bit sideways, almost an inside bar bearish, but you're still above the MA, so it's a macro bull, micro bear. That's what I'm looking at here. A little bit stretched, so I'd expect it to pull back a little bit to the 20 moving average. Then as it fills the gap and whatever else up here, there's a gap down here as well. You know, one step at a time, guys. It's nothing wrong, but you know, we'll have to see. Every day, like I say, we get a piece of the puzzle. The Qs, you know, all-time highs, it just keeps going, you know, all-time highs again today. You know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days up. We are above this trend line, but I'm following this on the weekly chart. I want to see where we close above here on the weekly chart, then I want to see some follow-through on volume. I don't want to see this thing going up on nothing. If it is going up on nothing, then it has nothing. So the DIA still fighting that little topping tail on the weekly, and on the daily chart, nothing wrong. We did close below the 20 MA here, so, you know, kind of like the SPY. Look at this, wrenches up, but this one was a little weaker. Just couldn't get through. So, but it's slowly, you know, bullish pattern. We're not above all the MAs anymore, but you know, Friday we'll know a little bit more on the weekly. But the one thing I keep noticing, and not that it's the best, but there's a little tail here. As long as we're staying below that and this thing comes back in, that's what we're looking for. If you're bullish, it needs to get above. If you're bearish, it needs to keep rolling over. But, you know, rolling tops, guys, like this on light volume, these take time, unfortunately. So you got to be, you know, with the groove, IYT, same thing, up $1.14. You know, nothing great. nothing bad. Still chopping around in this bearish pattern. If it doesn't get above the MA and this thing keeps going and this curls up, I mean, this will be interesting actually. If this curls up, that curls down, IWM starts going, then I think the rest of the markets go. So keep an eye on this one. Nothing wrong, still above the 50 and the 20, but it is consolidating sideways. But I've seen this so many times lately where it goes sideways, then it gets the next move up. So longs, if it starts moving up again, maybe take something off the top if it gets up in this area, 172, 73 to 75. And shorts, if you start cracking the 50 MA, then you got a couple gaps to fill down here. And if the markets start going, I think we can easily get the 145. And then and then start looking at how it's setting up or whatever. If it goes straight down, then we look for a bounce. But if it kind of just does the stair steps down, then we'll see how it reacts. So, but weekly chart on this, nothing wrong. This one's above all the MAs. Slight inside bar here. Let's see. We got a couple doji, so that could possibly give us a signal up. But right now we're just going sideways in a slight bearish manner, but bullish being above the moving averages. USO got smoked today, guys. Man, we've been watching this. It is coming into some support. My SEO trade's finally taken off. And if you got in the SEO, at 60 bucks, 61 bucks, take some off the table. That's what is it, 70 bucks right now? So just remember, just don't be a pig on that. I like to be a pig too, but just take profits. From 62 to 70 bucks, that's a heck of a profit. But look at that. We talked about this one yesterday that we closed right on top of this line. As long as it stays above here, it should be all right. We did get below. We do have support here. This is going to be a big one, guys, right here. Let's just take it from this one. I mean, there's a lot more work I got to do on this thing, but all right, we're in the 382. We do have a gap filled down in here as well. So if you are short the oil, you got to respect these areas. You're coming into some big support here. You might be able to get into an option maybe for a 1 or 2 day bounce, but if this thing starts to rumble, guys, I mean, we could gap down and just start going. So just be careful with the USO if you're still long in this one. Man, this is some crazy action lately. And then the weekly chart, same thing. We're still above the 200 or the 20 and the 50. Nothing wrong. But, we were floating. We are back below the trend line there. So not telling us too much now, but a nice down day today on this. So you have to respect that and then watch out for support that's coming up on this bad boy. UUP. Let's take a look at this. UUP on the daily, it was up 1 cent today. Let's go to the 10-minute just to see. It was probably just chopping around up and down. Well, actually, no. I mean, that starts to fade, and then markets start to move, and then they kind of chop around, then they come back in, chop around, go back up. So, nothing goes back up, chopping. So nothing. I guess down, you'd expect dollar down, oil up, so it's a little disconnected right now. But still you're under the 20 MA. You have the 50 MA support. It did pull back, but like all the other charts like SPY, you're still above the MAs. You're still in a bullish stance. So let's give this a little more time. They pulled it back and oil starts coming in too. Man. That's a little scary to me. But again, you're here. You have the bullish pattern there. Slight inside bar bearish. You're above the MAs. Kind of like all the other charts, all the indexes. They're above here. They're doing okay. So nothing really wrong until it really starts coming in. We close below here and fill the gap. Then you could probably be a buyer long down in this area. But we'll see how it goes. One day at a time, guys, with this. And then the GLD. This one's been working out pretty good. It was up 48 cents. It's almost at it's at 113.15. So we're almost back to the first entry area around 115.50. We did add at 112.25 right in that area, and then 108 we added as well. So right now we're doing okay on this position. I'd love to see just a good push up through the MAs all the way into 125. I don't know if we'll get it. We're going to have huge resistance around that area, around the 118 to the 120.50 or so. Let's look at the monthly just to see. Yeah, and you got the monthly 20 MA there around 114. So if we could get above that and close on the monthly, I think we could go back into this area. But it is still in a bearish pattern, so just don't get too excited. If you were lucky enough to start buying at 108, 107, I mean, you got a pretty good move so far. You got $7, so just if you get a little bit more, probably take half off. And if it gets up into the 117 or so, 18, unless you're a gold bug and you want it, then you can hold. But then this is a big one here going down on the daily. Do we crack, do we start cracking there? I mean, this is the monthly. I'm just drawing a quick line here if I can do it. But yeah, so interesting action on the dollar and the oil and the gold. Gold's pretty much intact. Well, it was going up, so people are buying some safety. Where was the VIX today? VIX was down 7 cents, but it's at 11.49. So that's another interesting fact there. And after hours were down 8 cents on the SPY. Nothing big. Let's see if there's anything trending on StockTwits. I don't see anything, but all right, guys. Pretty good day, 62 million on the SPY, light volume, up and down action though. Had some pretty good trades today. We did take Chipotle. We posted that one at 420. We took a couple bucks off of that and actually kept going a little bit more. It could be the end of the road, but we'll see. If the markets sell, it's the end of the road for everything. So let's keep an eye on those. I like this market action today in the SPY, and the IWM was the leader. That's okay, but overall, still getting a little bit of weakness. You got the Qs moving up, just trying to get everyone bullish again up there. At the highs, make sure you get in the Qs. It's going to be great. But keep an eye on the oil. Keep an eye on the gold going up, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, just want to say thanks for watching my videos. If you want more intraday stuff, follow me on StockTwits. If you want swing trades, follow me at Twitter. And if you want live streaming videos, technical analysis videos, then subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. I did have a free membership on my website for a little bit, but I'm changing it. I want to tell you, I just want to know what type of traders you are. So I'm going to put a tab there where if you're a swing trader, option trader, share trader, spread trader for options, or what have you. Momentum trader. I just want to see what type of traders there are out there, so I don't want people signing up. I had a few people sign up in a day, so it was pretty cool. But then I started thinking, I'm like, gosh, I don't even know anything about these guys. So I want to know more about you guys. You know a lot about me, with my business. My mom yelling calls me all the time, stuff like that. But my live stuff, we have a lot of fun, go over a lot of different charts, try to find the best setups, and try to make a lot of money, guys. So, all right, thanks again, guys, for watching my video. God bless. See you on the charts.